Today I'm going to be answering some of the most frequently asked questions about Smith Lake, so stick around. Hi, I'm Jacob Sanders, your local Smith Lake Realtor. If you thought about buying or selling on Smith Lake, don't do anything without calling me first. I want to be your go-to for everything Smith Lake real estate. So I get a lot of questions about Smith Lake at closings, at showings, at the restaurants. I even had a guy ask me at the gas pump the other day, would his dock have water in October? And I didn't even know the guy. So I figured I'd just sit down, or stand up in this case, and answer a lot of the questions I hear all the time about Smith Lake. And that way the next time I'm at the Waffle House, I can just eat my hash browns. So let's get into it. Question 1, does my house really have year-round water? This question I get constantly, and the honest answer is, well, maybe. Smith Lake is going to move, and it moves a lot. A full pool in the summertime sits around 510 feet. Winter pool technically is about 496. That's a 14-foot swing every single year, and it starts dropping on July the 1st. Now, in 17 years of being right here on the lake, I've seen it at 496 or lower only twice. So when a listing says year-round water, that's not something I really take somebody's word for. It's really something I go verify, and I'll go measure it myself. Because what's true for the cove next door isn't really always true for your specific dock. Question number 2, is it septic or is it sewer out here? I'm gonna tell you, it's septic, all of it. So if you're moving here from a city, get ready to learn a whole new vocabulary, such as a septic truck, the tank, field lines. Let me tell you, nothing humbles a guy who just sold his condo downtown quite like his first conversation about a septic tank. So how much does a boat dock actually cost? Well, this one, it always gets a lot of reaction. The costs are going to move around depending on the size, the materials, and how far the crew has to haul everything in. But I'll tell you this, it's not a small number. A lot of buyers think it's like adding a carport, and it is not like adding a carport. I've watched grown adults go quiet mid-sentence when they hear the real number. It's kind of like if I gave them the news that their pet hamster just died. Another question I get is, can I put any size dock I want? And that answer is no. Alabama Power is going to run that show. There's a minimum amount of waterfront you need. It's 100 feet before you can get a full-size dock. There's going to be caps on the boat dock size and rules on the walkways as well. Now, you'd think since it's your water in your yard that you could just build whatever you want. But, Alabama Power is going to respectfully disagree. Our question number 5, is Smith Lake basically just Lake Martin's little cousin? Look, I love this question because I know exactly who's asking it. Look, Lake Martin's great. I grew up on Lake Martin the first 23 years of my life. I have nothing bad to say about it. But Smith Lake's got its own thing going. It's going to be quieter, it's more wooded, less golf cart parade energy, and a whole lot more of, I ain't seen another boat in 2 hours energy. If Lake Martin's the lake you post about, well, Smith Lake is going to be the lake you actually get to go and relax at. Question number 6, what is the number one mistake buyers make out here? Well, that's pretty easy. They fall in love with the view and skip everything else. Nobody asks questions about the water depth at the dock until they've actually already mentally moved in. Nobody thinks about the septic age or the cell signals, or whether it's well water or public water. And by the way, most areas on the lake is going to be public water. There are a few small areas that will have well water only. I've had buyers who could tell me the exact color of the sunset from the back deck, but they couldn't tell me if the septic tank had ever been pumped. Isn't that crazy? Okay, here's another good one. What is the best time of the year to buy? Well, honestly, I always tell people before the lake fills back up. That's when you see the property when the water's down. You know exactly what you're working with. You usually get a little bit more room to negotiate. By the middle of July, when everything's full and beautiful, you're competing with everybody else who just saw the same sunset that you did. Buying in June is kind of like falling in love at first sight. Buying in February is doing your homework first. Both work, but one's just cheaper. So that's it. Just a few of the questions I hear over and over again, finally all in one video. Look, and if yours didn't make the list, put it in the comments below. I read every one, and I may actually be covering it next time. And hey, if you're thinking about buying or selling here on Smith Lake, these are some of the topics that we cover every time, and I'd love to be able to help. I'm Jacob Sanders with eXp Realtor here on Smith Lake. Give me a call. Let's talk about your situation. Let's make it happen. See you soon.